Ready to do it? Are you getting peggy in this one or what? Is it just a upper body? Q&A time, baby. I think my definition of success, I guess from an early age going through school and stuff, you look at success and it's more about like going down that corporate route in life, having a successful job, getting a good salary. Whereas, yeah, and especially after my accident, I guess success for me now is a lot more about kind of living the life that you want to live and having a successful life, doing what you want to do in terms of an enjoyable lifestyle. Of course, there needs to be balance. But success for me now is definitely more along the lines of my performance, but also, I guess, living a life that I want to live and very comfortable living. I think everyone kind of struggles with self-doubt. Everyone in this world is gonna have self-doubt, and I've had plenty of self-doubt, especially being in like having sport being my career. There's always going to be that self-doubt, like if I'm not performing, like this impacts something else. And so the way to deal with it, to be honest with you, I just trust the process. I've got full trust in my coach. I've got full trust in my teammates. I've got full trust in my training partners, and there's nothing more you can do than kind of trust the process. And if you get to an event and it doesn't go to plan, you can look back, you can kind of go down a different channel, but most of the time I just trust the process, and results come from that, the hard work and dedication that goes into the race. You can't be fucking serious?
Well, that sucks.
Yeah, that sucks. Or let's get legless. Yeah, mate, it's quite a hard thing for somebody to tell you that you're about to lose a limb. It's quite shocking. I don't really know. I don't really have an answer for it, to be honest. I think I was just like, this is just not going to happen. Like, I'm not going to allow it to happen. I'm going to fight until basically there's no other option than to cut it off. And thank goodness there was another option and I didn't have to take it off. Fear. Again, you're always going to have fear. But I think you've got to try and embrace it, you know, like fear, pain. You've got to basically get comfortable in the uncomfortable. And a lot I've learned through my sporting career is to be comfortable being uncomfortable. And it's those dark places that you fear going into that are actually the ones that make you who you are and get you out of kind of those tough parts. Cooking. Cooking is, my family, like my sister and my dad are very good cooks, but fuck, I'm terrible. I don't know if it's having grown up kind of being very kind of spoilt in Africa, having kind of maids and a cook, and just never having to kind of do it for myself. Even now here, I'm down in South Africa, but I just eat at the high performance center. So I've never had to cook, but I would love to learn to cook properly, but I'm terrible at that. No, heat, any day, heat. Even this morning in the swimming pool, it was a little bit cold and I was shivering properly. I take heat any day. You can always somehow, seems a lot easier to get cooler than it is to get warmer after you've frozen, basically. I hate the cold. Even in fucking winters, I get eczema. Like my body is not made for the cold. I reckon I'd like to go down maybe a Formula One track or a golfer. That's got a good lifestyle. Daniel Ricciardo, I reckon. I met him once in Australia as well on a night out, and he's got a good chap. So I reckon, yeah, we could have some fun if we change sports. I guess it's, if we go back to my rugby days, I was playing a local sevens circuit, and one of the boys actually bumped me, and I had a bit of a bad stomach, and so as he bumped me, I lifted up my leg to try and trip him up as well, and I actually ended up just crapping my pants. On the middle of a sevens pitch, bro. It was so bad. I think I would like to be remembered for living a life that if I was to basically die tomorrow and look back on my life, I'd be happy with the way I've lived it so far. And I think it just goes back to kind of what drives you and where you are in your career, to be honest. But so far, I am living a life that I would be, if I was to die, I'd be happy of what I've achieved so far in it. I guess mental resilience. I mean, I did have that before, having gone through like the rugby side of stuff, but not on this level. Like having gone through what I've gone through, that mental resilience was a huge part of it. And now I can firmly say that I'm mentally tougher than I would have ever been, having gone through this journey. My platform beyond sport, I guess this goes back to the video that we did again, my why. My why is to give people hope. People that are struggling, people that are in that dark place. It's just to give them hope that they can overcome it, they can get through it. Everyone faces adversity, and it's how you get over that. And it's getting over that part is actually what makes you who you are and makes you a lot stronger. Oh mate, those Lego barefoot are the worst thing in the world. I think you definitely got to go for a Lego barefoot. That kilometer of run, you're used to it. You're in that hell place, but it's like stubbing your toe, bro. There's nothing worse. From my training bag, does that cover everything?
Yeah.
I think you'd have to. I actually carry a penknife in my training bag, like a little Leatherman, just in case I get into trouble for whatever I need. A Leatherman's a very useful tool that could definitely help me stab a few zombies. I think I'd take my flippers, smack them around a bit, you know, and if you need to get into some water and swim away, you can chuck them on as well. Probably my running shoes so I can fucking leg it as well. That is a wrap, baby.